Arey Raj, don't just start shooting just yet, yaar. I just want to keep this phone on charge. It's at 1%. Oh, you've already started shooting. Well, now that we are here, you'd have to agree that most smartphone users these days are either looking for a socket or running around with a power bank in their pockets. Which is precisely why when a smartphone brand claims that you can get 3 days of battery life on a single charge, it makes you intrigued. When Lenovo sent us a review unit of their P2, they claimed that this phone can last 3 days on a single charge. Now, I was definitely skeptical, which is precisely why I decided to review it. Let's find out if it actually does last 3 days on a single charge or not. Since the calling card of the Lenovo P2 is its battery life, let's start with it. Getting down to the brass tacks, the Lenovo P2's battery life is phenomenal, to say the least. The phone lasted me 3 days of moderate usage on a single charge, and when I was using it heavily, it lasted me 2 days on a single charge. It took 24 hours and 30 minutes to drain the battery life from 0 to 100 in our lab test, which is possibly the best result we've seen in a long time. Some part of the great battery life can also be attributed to the power-efficient Qualcomm Snapdragon 625 system on chip, which uses the 14nm FinFET process technology. The icing on the cake is the support for fast charging. The phone can charge from 0 to 100 in under 2 hours and 30 minutes, which is actually pretty great considering the battery capacity of 5100 mAh. Lenovo also bundles a USB OTG adapter in the box that can be used to connect pen drives and to charge other devices. You can be rest assured that you won't need to charge the phone more than thrice a week. Moving on to the design of the Lenovo P2, the phone is slim and compact despite the bulky battery. In all honesty, the Lenovo P2's fit and finish is as good as the OnePlus 3, if not better. Our review unit was graphite grey variant and it looks stealthy. However, the gold variant has a ugly looking black trim around the display. The 177 gram weight of the phone is evenly distributed across the body of the phone. Using the P2 with one hand shouldn't be too much of an issue. Below the display you can find the home button with the integrated fingerprint sensor. The square-shaped sensor does a fairly decent job of fingerprint recognition, but it is really not as efficient as some of the other sensors used by phones like the Lenovo P2 or the Vivo V5. The phone uses a hybrid SIM slot, which means that you will have to sacrifice a nano SIM card slot if you want to increase the storage space using the micro SD card. Lenovo also adds a switch, something akin to the iPhone's mute switch on the left edge. This switch can be used to change to the power saving mode in an instant. While this is definitely useful in more ways than one, I was slightly disappointed that you can't customize it to perform any other function apart from just switching to the power saving mode. The 5.5-inch Super AMOLED display on the P2 offers a resolution of 1920 by 1080 pixels, which is crisp and legible for most use cases. The display offers rich and vibrant colors, and the black levels are pretty deep too, with great viewing angles as well. Even the sunlight legibility is pretty good. We have absolutely no complaints here. With the P2, Lenovo has decided to do away with the Vibe UI and stick to an implementation of Android Marshmallow that is almost near stock. From the app drawer to the multitasking carousel, you can see that it looks very close to vanilla Android. On boot up, you will find third-party apps like Flipkart, Evernote, Lenovo Companion, ShareIt, Truecaller, and using browser sitting in the app drawer. Thankfully, all these apps can be uninstalled. Now, you do get a lot of customization options. For example, you can choose a different transition animation for the home screen or choose to use a vertically scrolling app drawer. Apart from the visual customizations, Lenovo also includes White Touch, which is essentially a floating button that sticks to the edges of the display. And you can customize it to include your most used apps or certain other functions. Moreover, there are some other gestures like double tap to wake the screen or long press the home button from lock screen to trigger the flashlight. They work as advertised, no problem whatsoever. Lenovo also provides the option to run 2 apps simultaneously using the dual apps feature. This is a pretty cool addition in our opinion, considering it allows you to run 2 WhatsApp accounts or Facebook accounts on the same phone. Lenovo's trademark Secure Zone is also present on the P2. In Secure Zone, you can have a separate zone for specific apps that you want hidden from anyone using your phone. It is a pretty useful feature for folks who are paranoid about their data and apps. However, let it be known that activating Secure Zone sort of slows down the phone slightly. The Lenovo P2 has a 13 megapixel rear camera with face detection autofocus and just a single LED flash. This camera can also shoot 4K videos. The front camera can capture 5 megapixel images, but it only offers a fixed focus. The rear camera's performance is, serviceable. Essentially, if you're someone who shoots on a phone only to share the images on social media later, then the 13 megapixel camera shots should suffice. I managed to capture some good close-up shots with a good amount of details being preserved. However, the camera suffers some purple fringing in both close-up and landscape shots. In landscape shots, you will also notice a fair bit of barrel distortion. The colors captured in the photographs are close to natural and adequately saturated too. Thanks to the PDAF tech employed by Lenovo, the camera manages to focus and shoot fairly fast than most other smartphones in this price range. The camera app also includes a smart composition mode. This mode uses predefined algorithms, apparently which are fed in by professional photographers, that helps you capture the right shot. The mode currently works with portrait, landscape and food shots. It works fairly well and I managed to get some neatly framed portraits following the rule of 1/3. My only concern is that the camera app hung more than a couple of occasions when I used the smart composition mode. In low light conditions, the sensor suffers badly and most of the photographs were actually pretty unusable. Similarly, I shot some 4K videos using the rear camera and owing to the lack of a proper optical image stabilization, the footage was extremely shaky. The 5 megapixel front camera captures some decent selfies with good amount of details in acceptable lighting conditions, despite using a fixed focus mechanism. Having said that, more often than not, the front camera suffers from soft focusing issues. There's also a beautify mode for folks who would like a fresh coat of makeup. Now coming to the performance, the use of Qualcomm Snapdragon 625 coupled with 4GB of RAM ensures that you mostly get smooth performance across the board. But there were a few hiccups here and there during our testing process, and sometimes the entire phone would hang randomly too. But I'm pretty sure that this issue can be sorted with a simple software update. Most games run fine, including the ones with heavy graphics. I managed to play Dead Trigger 2 without any lag as such, but the load times were longer than I expected. Thankfully, also the phone doesn't heat up at all, which is great. All in all, the Lenovo P2 isn't as smooth and refined as the Moto Z Play, but it is not entirely bad either. It gets the job done and then some. I also played a few sample 4K videos to test the limits of video playback, and the P2 struggled to play them without stuttering or getting stuck. However, my 1080p 60 FPS test file played without any hiccup. The loudspeaker is adequately loud and doesn't distort even at high volumes, which is definitely a plus. The sound output was more than just satisfactory when I paired them with my reference earphones. In true Lenovo fashion, the call quality is also excellent through the earpiece. I used a Jio SIM card with another Tata Docomo one for the duration of the review, and for some odd reason the phone would keep dropping 4G connection on Jio. Well, what do I think about the Lenovo P2 all in all? To be honest, the 3-day battery life on the Lenovo P2 is enough for me to recommend this smartphone. However, it would have been great if the camera was slightly better. Phones like the Moto M, the Lenovo Max 2 and Lenovo Z2 Plus are definitely great alternatives. Having said that, the Lenovo P2 definitely does carve a niche for itself in the price bracket that it operates. You can buy this as a secondary phone and use it to probably set up a mobile hotspot or reverse charge your primary smartphone. Well, would you choose performance over battery life or battery life over performance? That is the decision you need to take for you to actually pick up the Lenovo P2. What decision will you take? Let us know in the comment section below. That's it from my end, guys. Hope you enjoyed my review of the Lenovo P2. Don't forget to like and share this video. And if you want to see more reviews like this, do subscribe to our channel. Thank you.